የመዳን ቀን ጌታዬ አምላኬ ያስነሳልኝ ከአብ ጋር ያስተራረቀኝ ዘወትር ይማልድልኝ ውዴ የመዳን ቀን ሃሌሉያ የመዳን ቀን ውዴ የመዳን ቀን ውዴ የመዳን ቀን የመዳን ቀን ጌታዬ አምላኬ ያስነሳልኝ ከአብ ጋር ያስተራረቀኝ ዘወትር ይማልድልኝ ውዴ የመዳን ቀን ውዴ 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 የመዳን ቀን ውዴ
But there is only 20% of the students are Asian and white. So what they did was systematically, they made sure that those kids excel. So how do they do it? Because the geographical location of the school is where there is black community. So they did only 2 classes and they called it master class, math, science, and technology. In that class, to be there, you have to be tested, you have to pass certain interviews. So my daughter was the only, not just our child, but the only black child in that classroom. So that classroom was having an access of robotics team. The school having a robotics team. It is not about just building the robots, but it is about STEM, which is science, technology, and math. And now this is a big thing for the kids to succeed in any way, business, even when she chose to go to science, still you need to have that. So 2018, we, with African Canadian Christian Network under the Apostle Church, we did ask First Robotics Canada, why don't we have a black team? You can guess, First Robotics Canada have a robotics team in Canada for about more than 25 years, and we do not have an access as black community because they don't believe in us being an engineer, being a science educator, because they have a special place for our kids. That is where basketball, football, crime, drug, etc. Who allowed the system to do that? Us. Why don't we stand up, asking our rights, mentoring our kids, bring them there? Most Ethiopian and Eritrean family, if you ask them, do you want your kids to succeed? For sure. We cross the border for the reason to build the future for the kids. But yet, we came here and we forgot. We want the kids to excel in this very competitive country. And then we expect them to do it by themselves. That's not the way. That helps me to move on. And today I'm here to tell you that as a part-time worker, a full-time school, I have a school, I'm doing social work, community development, my second bachelor. And how do I handle mentoring my kids, succeeding in my kids' education? Not just building the robots, but it is about STEM, which is science, technology, and math. And now this is a big thing for the kids to succeed in any way, business, even when she chose to go to science, still you need to have that. So 2018, we, with African Canadian Christian Network under the Apostle Church, we did ask First Robotics Canada, why don't we have a black team? You can guess, First Robotics Canada have a robotics team in Canada for about more than 25 years, and we do not have an access as black community because they don't believe in us being an engineer, being a science educator, because they have a special place for our kids. That is where basketball, football, crime, drug, etc. Who allowed the system to do that? Us. Why don't we stand up, asking our rights, mentoring our kids, bring them there? Most Ethiopian and Eritrean family, if you ask them, do you want your kids to succeed? For sure. We cross the border for the reason to build the future for the kids. But yet, we came here and we forgot. We want the kids to excel in this very competitive country. And then we expect them to do it by themselves. That's not the way. So first, Robotics Canada, they allow us to have a black team, the first black team in Canada. However, because it's a community-based team, you have to find the lab, you have to find the mentors, you have to find the resource and the money. That simple robot costs us so much money to compete, and you have to register to compete. So, mentor like myself and others, engineers, electrical engineer, mechanical engineer, because we have different sub-teams, came together and we said, let's start. So we went to Ryerson, they gave us for 6-7 months, and they said, you know what, something happened to the kids, we don't have insurance, so you have to move on. We asked several universities, and for about 4 years, York University allowed us to build the robot. This is every year, starting January. For 6 weeks, we build the robot and we compete. It was very hard. We don't have material, we don't have sponsors. And we as a Black community, when somebody starts a platform for our kids, we have no participation. We want the kids to participate, but not us. So it was hard for us even to just compete one stage and to pass to the second, because there was 2-3 competition to pass. But last year, with all motivation, we went to Houston for World Champion. And my son, who started from grade 6, he was a programmer, the captain of the team, the driver, went to Houston with us. We were number 6 out of 120 teams. So when Deborah said, believe in yourself, motivate the kids, and me, I'm a mentor for 6 years in this team. What I do is, I work on mindset. Such important thing in Black kids and Black community, mindset. We can do it. When we ask about joining the robotics, the kids will say, oh, I don't want to go to robotics because I'm not going to be engineer. It's not about engineering. And where are we? Because my main job is working on parents. I told you, I have 5 kids and I have a beautiful special needs child among them. And I'm working, and I'm full-time at school. How do I manage? And I'm homeschooling. I manage because in my mindset, these all tasks are not burden. These are a gift. Our kids are not our burden, they are our gifts. Because most of us, we telling them, I am here because of you. I am working this because of you. And that burden, carrying that, we cannot move on. And we telling them, why don't you do like Chinese, Indian? Oh, you don't know. By the way, my son made one of the, I don't know if you are here, one of the person who was working in my son's school. My kids are going to private school, University of Toronto. You're here? Good. That competitive school, you know, for years even girls was not accepted, white girls, right? When my son joined, who is now in computer engineering at Waterloo first year, he was the first Black child among his grades. There was 85 or more than Chinese kids. That school, you know, academically very, very hard to get in. The opportunity is there, but how do I get it? Do you see that little girl who is taking the camera? That's my last daughter, 8 years old, but she's part of the team. She does go with us to see. We prepare them from very early age. Let's have our kids as our agenda. How many of us are worried about back home? How many of us are spending so much time Not yet, our kids are in the bedroom, depressed, stressed, having crime and other things. I'm not here to teach, but I'm here to ask you, support them. They're brilliant as Deborah, as my kids. My son, guess what? He won, among those kids, he won the Shulk Award, $120,000 scholarship. This was a hard work of 6 years, mentoring him, taking him competition to competition, taking him to last year we went to competition Houston. I took them to this. Be a mother. Enjoy it. Your kids are your blessing, it's not your burden. Honestly. Because the system purposefully moving the pillar of the house, the mother, away from one excuse or another. And then the kids are failing. I cry every single time I see the little kids who was with my kids, they're just dying. They're just in jail. They're just doing brilliant kids because they lost the guidance. They lost the mentors. I am highly participated in my kids' school. And I see Asian parents, honestly. Asian kids, if they succeed, I'm not even surprised. The road is clean for them. There's a mentor, there's a scholarship processor, there's something, there's so many things that's given to them. They just walk confidently. Versus our kids, we, with our words, we don't even watch what we say to our kids. That word has a power that disables the kids. Today, I'm asking you, tell your kids, you are brilliant, and I'm behind you, and I'm motivating you, I'm helping you. Everything and anything we can do to motivate them. You know what, I'm not going to stop talking, so I'm so sorry. it's just my passion. So we have ACCN, African Canadian Christian Network Robotics team, which we are shining our kids, telling the public in the school, okay, you don't give them opportunity in the school, we have a community that gives them. Because Deborah was saying, sometimes the kids say, what if I go to this team, but I don't have anybody to support me? So, we have a funding, and this organization, under the umbrella of robotics, you have so many things to access. Private school, you know, they are given some scholarship for black kids because of the bureaucracy they want to have, like, you know, the diversity, equity, whatever they say. But that scholarship, we can help to fill the program to access private school. However, the kids has to be prepared because they're gonna test them. They have to compete, like I said, with Asian kids to go home. We can do it. When did we lose that value of Ethiopian Eritrean? The mother who is in the village, she doesn't know how to read and write, and telling her son, you're gonna be a lawyer, you're gonna be a doctor. Renting apartments in the city to teach, to educate their kids. Why have we lost that value? What happened to us? Parent, I'm asking parents. Why we allow the media to talk? Ethiopian Eritrean kids are in crime. That's not who we are. That's not why we are here. So next Saturday, I'm there, even though this is black community-based activity. They need you to see them. They need the word to say, I'm proud of you, even when they just do some simple things. Let's empower them at home. And they have a free tutoring program. We have over the summer, free coding program. We have over the summer, many benefits under this umbrella. And it's free. But you need to follow up. You need to work with them. You need to motivate. You need to be behind them. They want to see my son in the stage of Houston. You can imagine all over the world people come. Kids came from all over the world. And in the big stage, he would look at me every time he excelled. Every time his robot doing well, he look at me. Because I'm there cheering him like crazy, honestly. Sometimes he say, "Mom, slow down," because I'm like.
ሰላም ጤና ይስጥልኝ ውድ ኢትዮጵያውያንና ኤርትራውያን ወገኖቼ፣ ዛሬ ምሽት ደግሞ ከትግርኛና ከእንግሊዘኛ ፕሮግራም በቀደም ከነገርኳችሁ ፕሮግራም እየተመለስኩ ነው። በጣም ደስ ይላል። የሚደንቁ ኢትዮጵያዊ ኤርትራዊ ወገኖቻችን እንዴት ሰክሰስፉል እንደሆኑ በካናዳ ላይ አንድ ሳይሆን 2-3 ቢዝነስ ኦነር እንደሆኑ ካር ዲለርሺፕ ስፔሻሊ የሚባል ሬስቶራንት መልቲፕል ስፔሻሊ ያለው ቢዝነስ ደግሞ ጎበዞች የሆኑ ገንዘብ እንዴት ኢንቨስት እንደሚደረግ መንገዱን አቅጣጫውን የሚያሳየው ማሃሪና ሄኖክ የሚባሉ ደግሞ የፋይናንሻል አድቫይዘር እንደገና ደግሞ በጣም ደስ የሚሉ ሁለት ወጣት ሴቶች እንዴት ወጣቱ ሞቲቬት መሆን እንዳለበት ምን ማድረግ እንዳለበት ወዘሪትስ በትምህርት ዳይሬክሽን ይሁን ወይንም ደግሞ በፋይናንስ ዳይሬክሽን ይሁን እንዴት መስራት እንዳለበት በአጭሩ ሴሚናር ነበረን። እንዴት ደስ ይላል። እያንዳንዱ ስፒከር ሲናገር በቃ ባልጨረሱ የምትሉት አይነት ነበረ። እኔም ደግሞ ዛሬ ልጆቼን ይዤ ሮቦታችን ይዘን እንዴት አድርገን ነው ሮቦት እየሰራን ልጆቻችን ደግሞ በዛ ስር የሚሰሩት የሚለውን አካፈልኩ። ከራሴ ካለኝ ኤክስፒሪየንስ እንዴት ካናዳ ላይ ልጆቼን በሪሶርስ እና በሌላ ነገር እንዴት አድርጌ እንደረዳኋቸው እኔም ደግሞ እንዴት እንደናት ልጆችን እንደ ሸክም ሳይሆን እንደ ጌጥ እንደተጠቀምኩኝ ትንሽ አካፈልኩኝ። ስለዚህ እንዲህ አይነት ደግሞ በጣም ብዙ ሜንቶርሺፕ ላይ የሚሰሩ በጣም ብዙ ሰዎች የሚገኙበት ሜቴን ላይ እንዳያመልጣችሁ እላለሁ። የዛሬ ሳምንት በአማርኛና በእንግሊዝኛ የምንናገርበት ለምን መሰላችሁ ወገኖቼ? ካናዳ አሜሪካ መጥተን መንገዱ ስለጠፋብን ነው እንጂ እኛ እኮ ሃርድ ወርከሮች ነን። እኛ እኮ ልጆቻችንን እንወዳለን። እኛ እኮ በጣም ጥሩ ካልቸር ያለን ህዝቦች ነን። ነገር ግን መንገዱ ጠፋብን። ሲጠፋ ደግሞ መንገዱን የሚያሳይ ሲገኝ ይሄንን ሴሚናር አትልቀቁት፣ ሌላ ቦታ አትሂዱ። ሜቴን እንደገና በአማርኛና በእንግሊዝኛ እንገናኝ ፕሊስ። ዮዝ ይዛችሁ ኑ። ልጆቻችሁ ተጠቃሚዎች ይሆናሉ። እናንተ ደግሞ ምን እናድርግ? ገንዘባችንንስ የት ጋር ኢንቨስት እናርገው? ደግሞ ልጆቻችንንስ እንዴት እናሳድጋቸው? በአጠቃላይ ለዚች ለተወሰነች ጊዜ ከሩቅ ሀገር የመጣንበትን አላማ እንዴት አድርገን እናሳካ የሚለውን ሁሉ የምንነጋገርበት ይሆናል። እህቶቼ፣ ወገኖቼ፣ ወንድሞቼ ፕሊስ ዱ ናት ሚስ ኢት። ሜቴን አውሲዩ አጌን በአማርኛና በእንግሊዘኛ ይሆናል እላለሁ። እህታችሁ ወሰን ነኝ ከቶሮንቶ። ቴንክ ዩ